It might surprise some people to know that Cuba and the Soviet Union in the 1960s did not have a good relationship. We have to go back to 1959 when the Cuban Revolution occurred. The Cuban Revolution was not a communist revolution. In Cuba, the Communist Party at that time opposed Fidel Castro and the July 26th movement. And so there was bitter relations between the July 26th movement and the Communist Party. And the Soviet Union didn't even recognize Cuba until a year later, 13 months after the revolution. And so this was not a communist revolution, this was a Cuban revolution. As the United States moved away from Cuba, cut off relations, cut off trade, Cuba did turn to the Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union very reluctantly gave aid to Cuba because it thought that, like other poor countries in the world, it was not going to do much for the Soviet Union, and it would create problems between the Soviet Union and the United States. But after 1961, when the United States tried to overthrow the Cuban government and supported people landing at the Bay of Pigs, the Soviet Union thought that maybe this was a place that might serve their interests, being in the backyard of the United States. And they began to support Cuba in modest ways.